Imagine boldly, then go out and live it. Welcome to Tiny Daily Kick.
Hello, I'm Jason. Welcome to Tiny Daily Kick. I'm wondering if you've ever been confused about religion. There was a time in my life when I felt genuinely confused about religion. I wanted the truth, but I didn't want to feel trapped because I wanted to explore. And I remember reading On Religion from the Prophet by Khalil Gibran. And in this particular passage, he speaks about religion not as a building or a label, but as your own daily life. And he says that your life is your temple and your religion is how you live it. And that idea really fit well with me. It just gave me space inside. Now, at that particular time, I was attending a church and I was also visiting a Buddhist temple. Now, you might think I'm trying to be controversial here. I wasn't. I wasn't trying to hedge my bets or anything like that. I was deeply searching. I wanted to learn. I wanted to feel what felt right for me. But the responses I received were very different. Now, at the church, I was told by the minister that I needed to be fully committed there exclusively. And I was told that if I truly believed that I would bring others in. And if I didn't do that, it was almost like I was not holding my hand out for passengers on the Titanic. I was actually letting them drown. That was the comparison the minister gave us. That if I wasn't actively recruiting, I was allowing people to perish. And I remember how that felt in my body. It was contraction, it was tight, stressed. And it was like responsibility was being loaded onto my shoulders in a way that didn't feel like love. It was like fear, actually. And I was not about to push others into directions that they didn't feel called to go in. Then on the flip side of that, I went to the Buddhist temple and I actually spoke honestly with the reverend, and I told her I was confused. I told her I was attending church as well. Now, I expected her to say some version of, you must choose. And instead she sat there and she gently smiled and she said to me, "That's okay. If you want to go to church, you go to church. If you want to come here, you come here. You're always welcome here. What you learn at church, hopefully you can bring here. And what you learn here with us, hopefully you can take away." There was no pressure. It was just space. And that shaped me more than any sermon ever did. And over time, I began to understand something profound. Truth doesn't panic. Truth does not demand exclusivity to survive. Truth does not manipulate you into staying. If something is real, it doesn't need to trap you. You'll stay if you feel called to stay. Gibran's words began to make sense to me. Your daily life is your temple. Your work, your kindness, your integrity, the way you treat people when nobody is watching. That is religion in action. Religion for me stopped being about picking a side. It became about asking better questions. What helps me love more deeply? What helps me live more honestly? What makes me a better human being? If I learn something beautiful in a church, I can carry it with me. And if I learn something wise in a temple, I can carry that too. Truth travels well with us. Fear needs borders, fences. So here's your tiny daily kick today. Pay attention to what expands you and what contracts you. In your body, right? When something is rooted in love, there is space in that. When something is rooted in fear, there is urgency and pressure. You don't need to attack anyone else's path, and you don't need to defend yours aggressively. You simply need to walk your path honestly. Your life itself can become the temple. Until next time, I'm Jason Stephenson. Imagine boldly, then go out and live it.
Imagine boldly, then go out and live it. Welcome to Tiny Daily.